BillsAholics. Welcome back to another BillsAholic pod. Coming off another win in Highmark, a gritty win, but we got the job done.
And in the NFL, that's all that matters. Get in, get the job done. Not a pretty one. Not a pretty one by any means. I half expected that game to be done by the third quarter. Bills didn't even get on the board till the fourth quarter. Just rather lackluster offensive performance. I don't know really where to begin as far as what's going on. I mean, me and you kind of talked about this on the way up. It just kind of felt like nobody got open for Josh besides Stephon Diggs, and I don't know, man. I'm scratching my head because the Bills' offense they had gone through slumps like this in years past, especially last year. But is it just an early slump this year, or is something different, or are we overreacting, or what's going on here?
If it is a slump, I'm glad we got it a little bit away in Week 6 against the Giants of all teams. If that's the case, if it's going to stretch for a few weeks, I mean, we have a little bit time before we get to our really long schedule because we got the Eagles coming up, the Chiefs,
Bengals,
the Chargers. Those are all 4 games in a row.
Cowboy. Oh, it's a mess. It's a mess.
Yeah. So hopefully, if it is one of those situations, hopefully we get done now when we play the Giants, the Patriots. After that is the Bucs, and then the Broncos. So it's a good time for it if that's the problem.
Right. I mean, there's plenty of games to get back on schedule and start figuring some things out.
Stack those wins up.
We kind of pointed this out last week. We are inching closer and closer to the trade deadline every week. And last week, it kind of felt like, when we had Jack and Ben on, we kind of discussed the idea of maybe trading for a defensive player. We heard the name Harrison Phillips get tossed around. We heard the name Pat Surtain get tossed around. Levi Wallace. But I would honestly say, I think, and you said this on the way up, do the Bills need another playmaker in this offense? I mean, you go out and you draft a guy like Dalton Kincaid. You have a guy like Dawson Knox. But Dalton Kincaid obviously going through concussion protocol right now, and you kind of alluded to the fact that he might not be ready the next couple of weeks. There seems to be some sort of concern there, which is weird. I don't know what's going on with that. But as far as something going on with the offense, I mean, when Dalton Kincaid's on the field, I feel like the Bills have played a little better, but they haven't had a second difference maker in this offense next to Stephon Diggs.
He's your wide receiver 1, and he should demand all the targets that he wants. But then again, you can't have a guy constantly getting the workload. You got to have that number 2 that can go in the middle of the field, catch the ball, get some rack. We're just not seeing that right now.
I would say I agree. I think part of the problem, I truly just, and I mean from what I saw on that was 2 days ago now, so Sunday Night Football. What I saw on Sunday Night Football was clear and obvious that nobody else was really getting open for Josh. Josh did target Stephon Diggs 11 times out of his first 16 attempts, and then he finished with 16 16 targets with 10 receptions. So he targeted him early and often, and there is nothing wrong with that.
If it works, don't fix it.
If it works, right? If it works, there's nothing wrong with that. But there was some times where it was just it was frustrating.
Here's one of my biggest concerns. We're a playoff caliber team. Some might say we're on the brinks of a Super Bowl caliber team. So you want to see him shine in the regular season, but you want to save most of his workload for those bigger games and for those bigger moments. He's coming off over 100 yards the last 4 games, and I'm sure
franchise record, by the way.
I'm sure 9, 10, 11, 12 targets each of those 4 games. I would like to ease off a little bit, maybe 7, 8 receptions.
Something, man. That's
and
crazy.
Get the workload going up to the playoffs, bigger moments.
It's crazy, man. I mean, one thing I will say that I thought was positive besides Stephon Diggs, and I mean, Stephon Diggs looked great. I'm not going to sit here and knock that.
No, not at all. That's why receiver 1, baby.
He looks great week in and week out. He is by far the most consistent Bills player
no complaints
to strap
over here
up
on
each
that.
week. But a guy that I really did enjoy watching. I thought James Cook played solid. I thought he had a good bounce back week because obviously he didn't really play too well over there in London. Nobody really did on the offensive side of things.
4 rushes, -5.
This was
at one point.
Maybe at one point, but I mean he had a solid game. I think at one point there was maybe in the second half. Me and Ben kind of pointed this out. It was like every rush was either going for 5 or 4 yards. And when you average 4 or 5 yards a carry and put yourself in a really good spot in like a 2nd and 6, 2nd and 5, you want to stay above the ahead of the chains and stuff like that. And I really just that was one thing that I want to point out is like while nobody could get open for Josh, I will say the run game looked a little bit better. I thought the run game between James Cook and Latavius Murray, that looked solid. It's looked solid pretty much the whole entire season, other really than Jacksonville. In the Jets game week 1. But this offensive line, man, is played, I would say, in the run game pretty well. The pass blocking was a little bit chippy here and there throughout the game on Sunday night. But, I mean, definitely chippy because Josh took some shots.
Oh, yeah.
Josh took some shots. He's on the injury report this week with that AC joint. He's hurting for sure. But the shoulder, man, is it? Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. A-Rich. Well, trust me.
Depends on the grades, man. They're saying A-Rich got a grade 3.
I was going to say because, there's talks about maybe his season being over now, right, because of potential surgery.
Yeah, they're still debating on, if they, okay, I guess my camera isn't working today. But I'll just be in the background. Yeah, potential season-ending surgery. He got 12 different opinions.
12.
Which is ironic number because the way they're playing this is because of the results of how they treated the Andrew Luck situation.
Oh, boy.
So, some little Colts information on the BillsAholic podcast. But long story short, still figuring out if his injury is season ending or just going to rehab and potentially come back at some point.
Man. Brutal. Hey, I mean.
And even with the AC joint, Allen still went out of his way to go protect his boys up front.
He did. He did, man. Oh my gosh, that's one guy. I mean, Sean McDermott talked about it in his press conference. It's just kind of funny. He's like, yeah, we can't back. We're not gonna back down, sit down and back down, but we do expect 17 to be smart. 17 maybe wasn't the smartest guy in that play. I think he did go shoulder right into Bobby O'Keefe. By the way, Bobby O'Keefe had a game. He had a game. Forced a fumble on Gabe. And then also he was one that batted the ball down that got intercepted. Josh's only interception that game. But
brought me back to the good old days, man.
Oh, he's a former Colt. There's just Colt ties left and right, man.
Yeah, man.
He's a dog.
Yeah, I was disappointed he ended up going to the Giants, but I knew we couldn't afford him, bro. He's so good.
He's a dog, so man. I was like, I think I underestimated him coming into the game. I really did.
He was not a guy I had my eye on. I'll tell you that.
Nah. Speaking of the game, scary moment coming out of Sunday Night Football this week. Damian Harris. By the way, I was a little confused at first because when Damian Harris went down, I couldn't tell who it was. I thought it was Latavius Murray, and I was like, damn, it sucks, regardless of who it was. But I was like, damn, Latavius was having, I thought, a pretty solid game. And so the whole entire time, I thought it was Latavius Murray until somebody told me it was Damian. I mean,
I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought it was an offensive lineman. I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah, I did.
Really, I knew it was one of the running backs.
I thought it was a bigger guy.
The only one I crossed out right away was Jimbo. I saw him walking on the sidelines.
I know he's our power back and all, but I thought he was an offensive lineman at first.
I guess what really happened? He just he put his head down and.
I guess he met Okereke at the line.
Another Colt tie, man.
And he just got stuck.
Man.
And I saw him go down, and I know it didn't look good from the start. Because my seats are way over here, and they were on the offense.
They were close. They were close to you.
So as soon as I saw him go down, he didn't move an inch.
Right.
He just stood there still.
Right.
So I knew something was up.
Yeah, you couldn't really tell from my vantage point. I mean, because immediately you just saw the Giants players waving the trainers over, and then all of a sudden everybody's kind of crowding around it.
It looked really bad.
So it's you couldn't tell who was hurt. Yeah, it's never good when the whole team comes out. Luckily, the guy walks with a neck sprain.
Gave him thumbs up on the way out.
Again, I couldn't see that one.
I didn't see. I just saw it later on social media. Dylan actually saw it. I don't know how he saw it. I was like,
man.
"What, really?"
Hey man, that's good for Dylan.
It was so weird because I was at home watching the broadcast or whatever, And my brother was at the game, so I kind of got his perspective there. But from my perspective, again, it was just like a regular play. Damian was still pushing his momentum forward.
His feet were going.
Right. So then he gets tackled down. He's still moving, looked like he's about to get up. Then just out of nowhere, boom, just shuts down. Starts breathing heavy, but he's not moving at all. So it was like, as soon as I heard it get quiet, like I said on my show yesterday, it's like it gave me PTSD because I was at the Hamlin game.
Mm-hmm.
And Brennan was saying it was almost like he wasn't at the Hamlin game, but he said what he said the feeling was in the stadium was how we felt when we were in Cincinnati.
Oh, my heart definitely dropped.
Yeah. So, and then as soon as like the other teams and the medical staff comes out, they swing the camera right to Hamlin. It's like, come on, bro.
Right. And he
like
was,
it's getting weird now.
I saw that.
And his jersey's retired on the back of the ambulance truck. I just wanted
we are going to get into that.
I put that-
a little weird.
I put that in the notes.
Say
yeah.
we're going to get into that.
I was like, did anybody else catch that?
I mean, that's kind of a perfect transition and into that was coming up here. I think it's like we were kind of talking about this at work. It's like it is odd, like it is a little weird, but at the same time, I mean, what are those ambulances? I don't know, man. Like, I don't really understand.
Yeah, like
why
I
they-
get it.
Now, my question is it just on that ambulance because that's the one at the Bills Stadium?
It could be. I don't know, but like it's just a little weird. Like,
It wasn't.
I
They're on both-
understand why it's there. But
I understand. They
Like,
were on
in
both
my
the
head-
windows, too.
yeah.
In my head, I can sit here and understand it, but then there's also a part of my head that's like I don't understand it. Like it's weird. It's like a
Yeah.
mixed. Like he the guy did die, and I mean they saved his life. Like it is.
But
like,
don't you want to kind of forget that moment? Like,
a way you
no,
don't you do, but
okay,
like
don't. All right,
I understand what you're trying.
you gotta
to
say-
I was gonna say it's not.
like,
Yeah, you
you
definitely
wanna-
want to think about it.
You want to think about it, but you want to keep it in the past because that's not a good thing to think about.
Right.
No, it's not. It's not. That's not the only good thing to think about is that DeMar Hamlin's alive, and then
Exactly.
and then you do
And,
have to obviously
and we're
give
all blessed
recognition
to
to the
see him
ones
on
that
that
saved him.
football
Exactly, exactly. But I will say what's more weird, what is more weird than the ambulance itself having the Hamlin jersey retired on the back of it, is panning the camera to him when
Literally, as soon as
a player goes down. Because I did see that after the
I'm
game.
not
Yeah.
kidding you. Like,
I
as
saw on
soon as-
Instagram.
before they went to commercial break, and even when they came back, Hamlin for a good extent, it wasn't even like a second. We're talking like a couple minutes.
It's disrespectful too.
It's weird,
like-
man.
It's weird, disrespectful, all of the above.
I don't get it, bro.
It's weird.
If
Didn't they throw like up a little thing on the bottom of the screen? If I'm wrong, or maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, like about what happened or no? Is that
I don't recall.
just because like I thought I from the
I
video.
wouldn't doubt it.
If I'm mistake me if I'm wrong, but did he get up? Like I think DeMar kind of like saw the camera was on him. Did he like get up and walk away from the bench?
He was tearing up. I know that, right?
Yeah, his,
Probably
like,
about the moment because it was.
right.
Skip.
It looked eerie. Like you could tell he didn't feel comfortable.
No.
I didn't know 100% if the camera, like he knew the cameras were on him.
Right.
But
I think
that's
I
the
saw,
last thing you think about,
That's
though.
true.
But it's just like we get it, bro. Like we get it.
Yeah. That's
It's weird.
that
It's
that
tough.
was weird.
It's tough.
That was weird. So
It's a tough topic.
I was gonna say we'll move off the DeMar Hamlin topic, but you kind of got something that I want to touch on here, and that's Kyrie Elam, which is kind of funny because watching the game, I thought Kyrie Elam played terrible, and I think he's been playing terrible. But I don't know if you saw the Pro Football Focus ratings. Kyrie Elam was actually ranked the highest corner out of the whole entire Bills roster as far as his grade.
No kidding.
He was 0.1 higher than Christian Benford. So,
And
he
I only saw
actually-
Bedford get beat on like 2 plays too.
yeah, where you saw Kyrie Elam get burnt on a couple too, but
I just don't understand. Is it one of those situations where he wasn't getting enough playing time and he was constantly getting sat, so he's a little bit behind in the development? Is it more time in the classroom than it is on the field? Or is it just Elam doesn't fit our defense?
if you had to ask me, I don't think Elam really fits the defense.
Right. I know it's still
I-
early. It is, but you're running out of excuses soon.
I will say I think there is a part that if he plays more, he will get better. But I do think once Dane Jackson's 100% and ready to go back into the starting lineup, I think you will see Kyrie Elam get dropped back down to the third corner spot, where you're going to see Dane Jackson and Christian Benford. That would be my expectation. We saw that pretty much all of last year. I think we're going to see that pretty much, well, the majority of last year. I think you're going to see that for pretty much the remainder of the season once Dane Jackson's ready to go.
I don't know how to feel about that either. He's a first round pick of the Bills. You want him to succeed. You want him to be your cornerback for the next 8-10 years. But right now it's just not showing.
8-10 years. That's a long.
Well, not 8.
That's a long time.
Well, how long? All right. Well, how long has Trey White been in the building?
I mean, I think he was drafted in 2017, so
maybe not 8-10 years.
I say 8-10 years.
Maybe like 5, 6.
I
7.
think cornerbacks start to run out.
We're talking like Richard Sherman.
I say if you're elite for that long, that's a props to you, man. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Maybe the next 5, 6 years. Maybe get a second contract and then he runs out of gas.
See, I don't. If there's a guy right now, that
I'm not saying he gets a second
I
contract.
say if there's a guy right now that we need to talk about giving a second contract. That's a guy that I shit on all the time. That's AJ Epineza, man. That's that guy. That guy's a dog.
I said this from the start of the season. He saw Boogie Basham get booted out. That's
Maybe
kind of like his wake-up call.
Maybe a wake-up call. I agree. I mean, that guy's having himself a season, man. I mean, it's every game he's getting
seeing AJ
after the
Epinesa like this the last 2-3 years.
I mean, let's just say it in the last 3 games. I know he's gotten a sack in the last 3, and also he had a pick 6 against the Commanders a couple weeks ago. It's
his
like
first ever pick.
It's like, come on, man.
6.
I mean, the guy's making plays. He's making plays. Oh my God, the fact that the Bills went and got a guy like Leonard Floyd in June. Leonard Floyd is looking like one of the best pass rushers in the AFC, maybe in the NFL right now. That guy's a dog. Leonard Floyd is a dog.
I can't wait till Von's fully healthy and off his pitch count. Have those 3 DNs.
The way I look at it right now is just
4. AJ Epinesa, give props.
I would say like give. I'll even go as far as saying like you have a 5th. I will say like maybe a 5th, and the Bills' defensive line room is good.
Oh yeah, they always
like
have.
Kingsley Jonathan when he comes in.
He's proven
he's not playing bad. And Shaq Lawson has his plays
Always
week
brings
in and
that
week
energy.
out where he has at least 1 or 2 plays that are like that stick out. The one thing that I think is funny about like Shaq Lawson and I will say this about Leonard Floyd too was we kind of pointed to that fight in the corner of the end zone between Spencer Brown and Josh Allen got into it, and then Cybo had to come over and kind of help out too. I don't know if you saw this, but we were talking about this in the end zone. The whole entire time that little skirmish was going on and the refs broke it up and they were sitting there talking, Leonard Floyd was on the sidelines pointing at the Giants sideline the whole entire time. If I could ever like get a chance to talk to Leonard Floyd, I'm very curious on what he was saying because he was like pointing the whole entire time and like yelling at somebody, and I don't know if he was trying to call somebody out over there.
I didn't see
but
it.
I was like, I thought for sure when
the fight was in my end zone, so I was mostly over here.
Right, like all the eyes are pointed towards the fight. My eyes are on Leonard Floyd and Ed Oliver, who are both. It looked like talking shit to somebody on the Giants sideline.
Bum 2, bum 3, bum 4.
Yeah, he was pointing. It looked like he was pointing towards the Giants like offensive line that was on the bench over there, and he was just like he just kept pointing at him and yelling.
You just came off the couch.
It was that was funny. That was funny, dude. There's sometimes I wish that like we could hear the Sunday Night Football introductions as well, because like I would have died laughing if we'd have heard that in the stadium. That was hilarious. The other thing is we already kind of got into this. You made a good point that I didn't really think about too much. You said like the Bills' offense is struggling, or was it a little bit like the Brian Daboll effect? The fact that he came back to the Buffalo and the Bills still run a very very similar offense to what he had when he was here. Let me get your thoughts. Like, what do you think it was a little bit like?
So after the game, back at the truck, you heard my comments.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, why do we perform like this against the Why do we perform 28-point difference against the Dolphins, and then we lay down, and we just take our foot off the pedal, and we play down to our opponents like the Giants? I was pissed off. I was like, why are we in a close game like this? 24 hours later, I was thinking about the game. I'm like, in all honesty, they did have Brian Daboll as our head coach. He was our offense. The only change was Ken Dorsey was his quarterback's coach, and all he did was take Daboll's spot. So and Josh Allen is the same guy as Daboll was there. So the offense isn't going to change drastically.
No, it didn't.
So Daboll's going to be on the sideline telling his defense, Josh is doing this. This play's going to happen next. Diggs is lined up here. Here's this play. So in a way, it's like Daboll knows what we're doing. But then again, I'm a little confused on why we're playing down to the opponent.
Right. I mean, yeah, that's I don't know. I don't know. Like I was more or less like I don't even know I don't think they really even played down to him that much as it's just like, to me, like we've already talked about in this episode already, is like, I just don't feel like they ever really had anything going. The last 2 weeks, like regardless, the last 2 weeks the offense has looked out of sync, and I just feel like maybe there was a little bit more like, yeah, DeBoer probably had the Bills figured out a little bit more than the average coach on offense that plays us week in and week out. But I just wanted to touch on it because the other reason why I wanted to bring Brian Daboll into this was, I don't know, I'm sure both of you saw the video of Sean McDermott and Brian Daboll, their little handshake in the middle of the field. I want to point out to the fact that, and maybe I've said this on the podcast, maybe I haven't, but there was a stretch from when the Bills played the Raiders in Buffalo and when the Bills played the Dolphins in Buffalo, when Sean McDermott met Josh McDaniels in the middle of the field, and then the following week met what's his name?
The Raiders head coach?
No, the Dolphins head coach, the dude that pisses me off, Mike McDaniels. Yeah. When he met, obviously 2 different games, when he met both of those guys in the middle of the field, they had a substantially long conversation. I just thought it was so funny. Like, I thought maybe the same thing would happen with the Giants, would be a little longer. They had the most half-assed little handshake that I've ever seen. I think there's a little beef there, bro. I think there's a little bit of beef.
What could it be, though?
Like, I don't know, but I don't, like, right or wrong, usually when there's coaches that are close like that like, I mean, I just think there's a little beef going on there, bro. Maybe Brian DeBoer is a little salty about something we're going to get into here in a minute. Maybe he's a little salty about something and wasn't happy after the game. But then again,
yeah, because I can't see Sean McDermott doing that.
Right, I just want it to be known, right after that handshake, no more than 2 seconds later, Daboll turns, and who's right there? And they have a nice little hug, and they're Josh Allen. And they had a nice little conversation for a second. And then I'm just saying, I think there might be some beef there between Sean McDermott and Brian Daboll. I'm probably wrong. But
what would the beef be other than you beat us?
Well, you just beat us. Teron Johnson got away with a pass interference in the end zone.
My thing was just real quick. I guess my thought process would be like, both teams had a shitty performance, so maybe they just weren't too happy about that. You seen Dayball's face turn red a couple times on that sideline, as red as that light behind you.
Yeah.
So maybe they were just both pissed at their performances. I don't know, but I would like to hear you guys' thoughts. Maybe it's more than that. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe it's more than that. Maybe it's I've always thought, like, there's been stuff in the past about, like, how the Bills – I mean, Brian Daboll called a successful offense in Buffalo.
Yeah.
Like, you can't say anything wrong about that. Like, there's always these rumors about what's going on in-house with the Bills. I mean, during the offseason when nobody else has anything to talk about, you always hear about what's going on
rumors
with the Bills between last season with Stephon Diggs. This last season with Stephon Diggs also was a little bit Leslie Frazier with the him stepping down. Did he step down? Did he get fired? But maybe there's a little bit of frustration. Like, damn, bro, we had one of the best offenses in the NFL, and a couple years in a row where, you know, you got your defense and your defensive calling, and, like, you let us down. Maybe
that's a good point.
Maybe he's a little pissed off. Like, bro, I should have a Super Bowl ring because you decided to let Leslie Frazier call a soft defense. Like, who knows? I'm sure now I'm just stretching it, but I'm just thinking there's a little bit of funny beef there, bro.
Yeah, that's a great point, though, because a lot of
fans will agree with that too.
Yeah, what I've heard was just with the Leslie Frazier thing, that during the 13-second thing, that right when that was happening, McDermott took the play calling rights away from Leslie and took over, and then they just fell apart. That's when their relationship started to get a little wonky, but don't quote me on it. I'm just reporting what I heard.
Hey, man. Hey, I mean, so I think I'd feel away if somebody took the play calling from me too. But at the same time, dude, I don't blame the guy. I don't blame the guy, dude. Like 13 seconds. I think 90% of Buffalo thought they were moving on to the conference championship that season, and
the whole All America did.
Like it looked. I would say it looked promising, and here we are. I mean, I got PTSD, man. Whenever I see the number 13, I still remember. I was so happy.
And they always bring it up on the broadcast.
Oh my God.
Every Chiefs game.
Oh, I'm sure.
Don't give them enough time.
I'm sure. It's every game.
Every fucking game.
So.
Now let's go back and talk about that that last play holding call.
Oh, okay, yep.
Yeah.
Because
That was about to get into it.
I have a few things about that.
Let's hear it.
First off, I wanted to be known that the Giants got away with 2 or 3 pass interference calls.
I think 2 of them were back to back.
Tripping, was it tripping Gabe Davis?
Something like that. Oh my god.
Another player like tackled another receiver. So maybe it was, and also, I talked to you about this on the way up. Wasn't Darren Waller doing like a block and release type play?
So we kind of had this conversation. You are right. Like I think
And you get within 5 yards.
wasn't. I don't know if that's how that. I don't know if that rule applies in the end zone like that.
No,
On the one
I don't
yard
know.
line.
So
but it's a block and release.
you guys
You're
were
blocking.
Yeah, you guys were at the game. So here's another thing that was on the broadcast. Like literally right after the game, they were discussing it with I forget his name. It's like Jerry something. He's relatively new. I could be wrong.
Jerry Sullivan.
Is that,
Something
no,
like that.
no,
I thought he was for.
Anyways, I forget his name, but he was saying,
I know
yeah,
that's
no,
Buffalo,
that's a
dude.
different guy.
Buffalo.
That's a
That
whole
guy.
different
That
guy.
guy's banned. I think now. I think he's banned.
Yeah, that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, he's banned.
But yeah, the NBC rules analyst, right after the game ended, they're discussing it. He says it's a new rule every fucking game,
Mm-hmm.
right? So this is what he said: when the ball, his verbiage was when the ball is mid-flight, the defender is able to grab the jersey
Okay.
when the ball's mid-flight.
Tehran did that.
But he said from his perspective, even before the ball was mid-flight, he was on the jersey the whole time.
I believe it.
Okay.
So he was saying that probably should have been called. But now I listened to Michael Lombardi on the GM Shuffle Pod. I don't know if you remember who he is, but he was saying typically with the officials, they don't like to toss the flag on back-to-back pass interference calls.
Yep, that's exactly what I was going to say.
And with the game on the line, they didn't want to call it there. Even though it should be the call, typically, they don't throw it back-to-back.
Yeah, that
That's
was
good.
it's kind of that's exactly what I was about to say. But the other thing is the back judge that would typically be responsible for
Yeah.
calling that.
I saw that on the Pat McAfee
you
show.
gotta imagine he couldn't really see what was going on in front of
It was in
Darren
the
Waller
front.
like that. So I mean he's responsible for making a call like that. The other thing you got to think about is like you just alluded to. It takes a lot of balls to call back to back. Now, what I'm gonna touch on about that first pass interference call, I believe that was Terrell Bernard.
Yep.
I didn't think that was. I thought there was defensive holding on that. I didn't think it was necessarily pass interference. I thought if anything, like he got him right before his break, where he kind of held like his hips
Yeah.
and slowed him down a little bit. But he did let him go, and then they both went after the ball. So like I kind of thought if anything that was going to be a defensive holding. I thought calling that a defensive pass interference and putting the ball on the 1 yard line was a little
That's
a little steep. If you had to ask a guy like me, an average fan that sits in the stands like me, I thought that was a little steep. I didn't really think that was a PI. I know there's some people out there that probably agree with me on that.
Oh well.
I know.
Sorry about
Well,
it.
because we
Sorry
still
about it.
won.
We're on week 7.
we still won. If we had lost, I'd have been sitting here still fuming because that ball would, instead of it being on the 1 yard line, I believe just moves up to the 10 yard line from a 5 yard defensive holding.
Controversy
So-
happens every week in the NFL. Of course, it happens to Buffalo and everyone's.
Sometimes it happens more than others.
That game was just. Of course, it was a game where like I really wasn't feeling well, and I was just hoping to get out of there a little bit early. And like the game obviously just dragged on because 1, the Bills just didn't bring it. 2, it took them forever to score. But 3, like we had the big injury. I'm not saying anything about that taking too much time, but also at the same time, penalty after penalty.
It was
And then that little
penalties.
skirmish, just to figure out that it was offsetting penalties, took like 20 damn minutes to figure out.
There was a skirmish at kickoff. Did you see that? They got into it a little bit.
I'm sure.
It was a little. It wasn't as big as the last one.
Opening kickoff.
Yes.
Oh well, see what the problem with that is so.
It was on your end, wasn't my end.
So I was telling these guys, I had a throbbing headache the whole entire game, and it kind of went away right before kickoff. And then Aaron Williams came out, and there was no way that I wasn't gonna get with the crowd and be all hyped when that happened. And I started screaming, dude. And right after that, it just started throbbing. I told Ben, I was like, I gotta shut my eyes for a second, man. So I probably shut my eyes and didn't see it. I'm gonna be
It was
honest with you.
opening kickoff.
Yeah, I was really, really, really through it.
This man was snoozing at the game.
I was trying to, bro. These guys in the truck, they weren't letting it happen, bro.
What?
They weren't letting it happen in the stadium or the truck before
Bills
the game.
day.
Tough.
Oh man, I was struggling. I'm still struggling a little bit, but we're getting better.
Almost didn't make it into.
I said I was almost via Google Zoom. I'm active today.
I'm gonna go back to that last play. Touch on it real quick. You're on the 1 yard line.
Oh boy.
You got Saquon Barkley in the backfield, and you throw the ball.
What does that kind of remind you of?
Seahawks.
I would say you got Marshawn Lynch in the backfield.
What are you doing? Why are you even calling that play? Run up the
now,
middle.
Now, what I will say is, and I agree, I said it, when they got down to the 1 yard line, I had two Giants fans behind me, right to the right. Okay. And I looked right at them, and I said, right when I saw the flag and they were getting the ball at the one, I looked right at them and said, good game, bro. Because you guys are going to win this shit.
Saquon right at the middle.
You guys are going to hand the ball to Saquon, or Tyrod Taylor's going to do what he did against the Raiders for the Bills a couple years ago, and he's just going to jump right over the pile.
Oh, yeah,
and try to break the plane with the ball. And of those things happened.
What are you doing?
I couldn't believe it. The Giants fan behind me was like, he just was like, oh my God, no fucking way. I was like, well,
you got Saquon right there.
Now I heard a rumor, but maybe Tyrod audibled out of that run play. I don't know. Like there was some.
Do you think it circled back to halftime? Because that
poor clock management.
Yeah, that was supposed to be a pass play. He switched it to Barkley. Do you think that had something to do with it because he got stuffed at that point? Or?
And it probably does. It probably has a lot to play with the fact that the Bills' defensive line, they gave Barkley, other than a couple of runs that he broke up, they gave Barkley a hard time pretty much the whole entire game.
I just don't unless they saw Waller lined up against Teron Johnson, obvious mismatch, unless they saw that. But other than that, you got him on the 1 yard line.
That's definitely.
Where's the tush push?
That's definitely, I'm going to be honest with you, that's definitely.
Tush push.
Looks like the Eagles can only.
That's what I'm saying.
Looks like the Eagles can only do it.
Like a bunch of other teams trying to do it, and they're unsuccessful. The Eagles have a high shooting percentage.
They do.
So maybe they're the only ones that can do it.
Hey, I will say the only thing that the Eagles probably have better than a lot of teams is the offensive line. That offensive line is pretty damn good, bro. I will say that. So maybe that's the crown they deserve is the tush push. I
called it here first on Facebook.
I think it's a good time to break out. Something a lot of our viewers have been waiting on. I can't seem to get these pick'ems down. I mean, Travis has a 56-26 record. I have a 51-31 record, and for that, I mean, I had to eat some suicidal wings. Took me over 24 hours to, I think, recover from that. My stomach hurt the next day at the game. That was part of the reason why I wasn't feeling good. These guys were calling me a bitch, but those wings are crazy, bro. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you, but it's about that time, huh, Tank?
You want to run it?
Let's run it. Let's run it.
Live reaction, by the way. We've never seen this video yet.
We'll react to this.
It's wing day, baby. Welcome to your chauffeur to Barbell. You get to sit in these Bills seat covers.
Okay.
Shout out Bev for the Christmas gift.
Okay, Bev. Okay, Bev.
It's time. It's time.
It's that time. It's that time. You know what? And you guys are probably wondering why we're sitting here in the man cave doing this. Travis, there was a 51 party wait tonight for us to get wings at Barbell. So we drove out to Barbell, East Aurora, which is about an hour drive from Lockport. Ben, why don't you show them these chicken wings? Just so everybody knows, that's 20 suicidal wings. And the proof's in the pudding. That's Barbell. I think you got to jump into this, right?
Hey, give me my 4.
Give you your 4. So there is a line. If I eat 4 wings, Jack on the podcast last week owes $10.
$10.
$10. So hopefully I can hook Travis out.
Let's eat all 20. I'm not seeing any face reactions yet. Here, throw them in the bag.
Fuck me.
3 more. At least 3 more. And then just, you're good. How bad do you want me to get my $10? call that good.
Holy fuck.
No, you can't say holy fuck until 2 more wings. At least give me my 2 more wings right now, and then we'll just eat the suicidal wings periodically. You don't gotta go fast anymore after that.
Holy fuck, dude.
No, 2 more. You got a little bit more left of meat on that. You just get past the sauce, and you get the meat. Pause. I think you'll be okay. You just gotta get past the sauce. I'll call that good. That's 3. 1 more. I lose bets like this on Erdog every single week.
I'm sorry, guys. This is fucking disgusting. I'm probably ghost watching this as far as like what my fingers look like, my face. These are hot, bro.
Okay, it could be hot for 30 more seconds. Give me my 4th wing. Come on. You get this 4th wing down, I'll eat one. Look, got a little bit more. Get that. Alright, I'll eat one. You pick one what I get. You pick one. Pick one for me. Alright. He's being generous. Yeah.
Holy fuck, dude. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I feel it in my nose already.
I feel bad for the guy in the comments on TikTok or YouTube, whatever it was, that took 5.5.
I think you can keep going. You have me my 4. That's $10, Jack. Yeah, those are hot. Those are hot. You know what? On the bright side, I can go after some lemon pepper.
I'm not. My stomach fucking hurts.
This one go waffles.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I think I'm tapping out.
You got me my 4.
Guys, I'm a little bitch. 4 wings, that's all I can muster. I won him his money. My mouth's fucking on fire, dude. We'll react to this on the podcast. I know it's shitty. I probably should have put down a couple more. That's all she wrote, man. That's all she wrote. I'm tapping out.
Yep, that's all she got, bro. Was 4.
I can't complain. You got me $10.
4 wings, won you $10. There was a line being tossed right at work, just so everybody's aware. 2.5 was the original line.
Hey, smash the over.
2.5.
2.5 was the original
Instagram
line.
was saying 5.5.
5.5 was, yeah, there was an Instagram for 5.5. Ben, when he was on the podcast last week, he told me before, he's like, dude, I don't got you going over 2.5. Jack originally said 2.5. He upped it to 3.5. Something, Vegas must have changed something.
Yeah, the odds were switching.
Yes, the odds were just all over the place. The odds weren't in my favor. I would like to maybe one day run that back. Only
The
to
suicidal wings?
Only to see if I can beat it. I need a day where I'm not going to lie, man, I wasn't feeling 100% going into that. We had a tough week of practice the whole entire week.
As long as when you eat those wings next time, as long as it doesn't make you miserable for the next 3 days.
Okay, all right. You got to remember.
Miserable, dude?
The Sunday game, I felt sick, bro. All right.
He stole a ibuprofen from our guy Mark.
I needed it, bro. My head was throbbing. I needed it.
Travis, you should have brought the leftovers in, man.
I should.
I
I
know,
should have.
yeah,
I
you were
was. I got home from work, wanted something quick to eat real quick. I was shuffling through the fridge. I honestly thought the wings were thrown out, because when I got home that night, after your house, I went to my stepdad. I said, "I got some suicidal wings for you." He's like, "Oh boy." He came in my room. He's like, "So how many Chris get?" I said 4. He put about 3 or 4 on his plate.
Boom.
And he did say, he was like, I didn't even tell him that you said this. And he was like, yeah, I think the tactic probably is you got to scarf him down fast. He's like, you can't let the heat sit too far or sit too long.
If you sit on those,
I was like, that's exactly what Chris did, and he only got 4.
I was gonna say, I just needed to get in, get as many as I could get, and get out.
Yeah, there's like 5 or 6 left at my house.
Yeah,
I
will
try it, man.
I will say they tasted all right. I will be the first to say I'm tapped on wings now for a little bit. That
It was good sauce.
I know, dude. Now I'm like contemplating my whole entire diet, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I'm gonna be real.
Take that jersey off, boy.
You're right, dude.
Our next
that's not
our next tailgate party is gonna be like something.
We're probably having salads.
We're probably having salads with extra lettuce.
Yeah, we're gonna have salads.
Hold off the ranch.
No. I will still say salads with blue cheese, bro. There you go.
With apple cider, chocolate milk.
Apple cider, chocolate milk.
Hey, what was the thought process? Hey, what the fuck was that?
We're in the basement.
I got the chocolate milk. I got the chocolate milk on the way to get the wings because I figured I needed something. I was like, I'm gonna need some sort of. I heard milk helps with hot stuff. I probably should have just got normal milk. But intense milk sounded really fucking good, not gonna lie.
I'm not gonna lie, when you brought that glass of apple cider down, my first thought was, what do you got, apple cider vinegar? Because I thought it would I think your thought process was like, oh, maybe it'll help.
No, I went upstairs and went into my dad's fridge and was like, what's the coldest beverage in the fridge right now? I don't want water. And I was like, apple cider.
Well, Travis had lemon pepper wings. So here's my tactic. I always get like super hot wings, and then I get dry rub with like lemon pepper ones. Just go every other. Lemon pepper to cool it down.
I do that.
And you hop back into the fire.
See, here's the problem is would that have been allowed?
No.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like he looked at me and
Only
said,
I can enjoy my wings at night.
I think what was tossed around was blue cheese was okay.
Did you use that much blue cheese?
I couldn't.
I don't think you did.
I didn't.
No,
he used like 1 dab.
I like dipped it on some and then went and ate it.
So you're a dabber, huh? You're not a dipper?
It just
That's
depends.
one thing I noticed.
It depends, man. It depends. So
It depends on if you're enjoying the wings or not.
if I'm enjoying the wings, I gotta watch what I say here. I gotta watch what I say.
Go ahead and
here.
say it.
You can't. There's no way you overtake Jack.
No.
You might as well just say it, bro.
But you just.
Because Travis had one in the video.
He did. He got.
You gotta eat all the meat.
You were like, gotta eat all the meat. Pause.
Ooh.
That was funny. No, but dude, it does depend. I think it depends if I got a flat or if I got a drum.
Cause I never seen.
Because when he has a flat, he goes like this. He smushes it down.
I do like to do that, dude. And that.
Bro, we're talking wings.
And then you just put
Jesus
the wing in your
Christ.
mouth. You just put the wing in your
He's
mouth.
scared to talk.
Dude, because I don't want to set myself up.
Let's all grow up, okay?
You put the wing in your mouth and you just pull it out.
Oh!
What did you say?
Another thing too, I noticed. I don't know if I wish that this fucking camera was working, but the one thing I noticed too, I don't know if I'm like the anomaly, but the way you guys like eat the wings, you go double handed. I've always been just single hand.
No, I like.
No, you know what? It's kind of funny you bring that up because this got tossed around. So on Saturdays at work, they used to get us pizza and wings every Saturday, and I would sit around the table at work and watch all my coworkers eat wings, and I would see them eating it with one, and then I saw my dad eating it with one because I used to work with him, and I looked at him. I said, "Dad, do you eat your wings with one hand?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's pretty much what everybody does." Yeah. And I'm like,
I don't.
I'm like, shit, man. I'm like, am I one of the only people eating it with two? Do you eat it with two?
No, I do.
Yeah.
You saw me in the video.
Yeah, because I was watching that. I never really thought about that until I seen it.
Because my thought process is when I hold the wing like this, especially a flat.
What, bro?
Why are you smiling at me already?
Because I feel like he's gonna say something.
I am gonna say something stupid.
We're talking wings, boys.
We're talking.
Come on, grow up, bro.
So when I eat the wing, I kind of like, I kind of push my. I'm not even gonna say
Dude,
that.
when you eat wings, you put the meat in your mouth and you suck it off the bone. That's what you do.
I push my finger through to get the rest of the meat.
You push the meat in
The
your
meat
mouth.
gets
Yeah.
sucked up.
I would
Yeah.
say you just shove the meat
I
in your
slurp
mouth.
it. Yeah.
Yep. You absolutely just shove the meat right in your mouth.
I
Let's
slurp
just-
it.
Let's just say it, bro. Let's just come out and say it. Let's stop avoiding it, dude. Let's stop avoiding this
You gotta
shit.
call it how it is, bro.
Let's just get right into what we're talking about. We're beating around the bush. We gotta stop that.
Yeah, we are. Because
Please
every
stop
time I
that.
try because you know what I'm gonna say. So every
Just say it,
so
bro.
every
Just
time
get
I
me
go to say
talking.
something, I look at you and you're instantly laughing.
I'll
So I
look
know
away,
what I'm
bro.
gonna say
I'll
next.
look
Is
away, bro, I'll look away from you.
no, I already said what I get. I already said what I had to say.
What'd you say again?
I hold the wing like this,
Boom.
and when I eat all the meat around, to get the rest of the meat in the middle, I just push my finger through and hey,
Bro, all right.
that's my tactic on flats. If you ever want to know an expert on how they eat
Meat?
flat wings and meat, that's
Hey,
how you do
yo.
it.
Meat Master Trev.
Hey, yo. Oh, what an episode this is
Okay.
turning into. Billy G's favorite episode.
But no, I've always been a single hand guy. I don't know if like
Hey, man.
Hey, after this episode, I might have to try the single hand action.
Shit, dude. One thing. We'll make our way off the wing topic. That was stipulation.
That's a great
That was a
conversation.
great
That was a
conversation. That was a
great
great little segment. Stipulation number 1 did
What's
not go
next?
my way.
what's next, huh?
Well, we were floating around the idea of wearing the opposing to a home game, the opposing teams
Oh yeah, I like that one.
to the stadium. So we were floating that idea around. That was my idea. You got an idea? Suicide Wings Part 2. No, I'm playing. That'll be
Oh, he
next.
can't even get through 4. So I mean,
Yeah, that was a waste of my money. Everybody was right about that. I bought all those wings on my card, bro. That shit was.
We still cash app them.
oh yeah, you forgot to mention that.
I mean,
It was a lot of money.
I can believe
We
it.
got 20 wings of his suicide. We got 20 lemon pepper, 20 Cajun honey butter barbecue. Jackie wanted some chicken fingers. Ben's stepdad wanted some ordered 10 wings.
and who stepped up to the plate?
He stepped up to the plate.
Shout out to you, man.
150.
Oh shit.
We all paid.
Better-
We
honestly,
all
you better
paid our.
Damn well know I
We all
asked for
paid.
money
We
right
all
after.
paid our end. It was like $38 a pop.
That credit card bill's gonna hurt, man.
It's alright. It was worth it.
Well for
You just better hope you don't lose the next one.
for 3 out of 4 of us, it was worth it. I just don't know if I got the balls, man, to do the away team's jersey, bro.
Then
You better not lose.
we'll think of another one then.
Well, no.
That's
so
such a good one, though.
What you should do,
That's such a good one.
you should let the viewers choose. So that's on the table. The jersey one's on the table. Now,
Honestly, I don't
Chris,
even-
you gotta come up. With
I don't think it's gonna be terrible because like Jackie already wants to dress up as Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce as Halloween. So I mean that won't be slightly worse for me if I do lose. Because I told her, I said I won't buy a jersey, so I have to buy a Travis Kelce T-shirt.
You know where to go.
My man. I told her I'm gonna have to buy one of those T-shirt jerseys. And I said, you know what I gotta do right after Halloween, right? I gotta burn it
Oh man.
Wow.
or donate it.
You gonna get the buzz cut? Because you would look like him if you got the buzz cut.
You donate that. Donate that.
You know what I've been? What?
Just donate it.
I'll donate it. I'll take it to.
What size
Whoa-
you get? Hold
yo,
on.
whoa,
What-
whoa,
what,
whoa,
what size
whoa.
you getting?
Or we could. We should give that shit away.
Oh, we should give that away.
Give it away.
Okay.
Worn by yours truly.
Warm and signed by Travis Kelce
I will-
himself.
I'll sign it. Travis.
Travis
Keen.
Keency.
That's smart.
You should.
Oh, I should
Okay.
give that away.
Tank's right. You should just shave the. You should.
Bro.
No, you know what look I've been going after. This is
Let's figure this out.
this
I
is-
got a haircut tomorrow.
this
so
is
I
a
gotta
Travis
figure this
Kelce
out.
haircut. You shave the sides, and then you have like this. You like it's like kind of. Let me show you.
All right, show us.
I've been rocking this haircut the last 2 haircuts. Look, I searched up Travis, and my top thing was Travis Kelce haircut. That's how many times I
It's
looked it up.
Travis Kelce, not Travis Keen from the Tank Talk.
That's
pod.
what. That's the look I
BillsAholic
try to go
pod.
Shout
for
out to
sometimes.
Shout out to the Tank Talk pod. Hey man,
That's the look I try to go for sometimes. I don't know if you
You're
can see
doing
it.
it the wrong way, bro.
I don't know.
Clean.
That's the look.
Hey,
Hey, he's got a clean haircut.
Must be nice to have options.
yeah,
Must be nice to have options,
yeah,
Travis.
Yeah. Yo, I will say the one thing that's nice about your hair is, like, I feel like you can do so much more than, like, I hate my hair. Like,
Bro, if you get a fucking mullet, holy shit.
I can't see me getting a mullet.
you know what's crazy is
I can see it.
You can see it?
I can see it.
yeah.
I'll have to ask Jackie how she feels.
Oh, jeez.
She's gonna say no, but do it anyway.
She'll
Fuck
say
it.
the stamp of approval is from Tank right here.
So just tell her that and move on.
I'll say move on.
Sorry about it.
Move on. Moving on. What's one more thing that was there anything about the Giants we had to talk about, man?
What else could there be?
I think we just pretty much we crossed everything out and dotted our T's, man. I think that's it for the Giants game, huh?
Everything.
I'd like to move on from that one. It's like one of those
it's
wins
in the
where I just
past.
don't want to think about it.
No.
Just unwatch.
We
That's
won.
a gritty win.
We won, and we're just glad to get out of it with the W.
It was a gritty win. You know what? My nose is a little stuffed right now, but I promise you, the one thing I can smell was another merge fantasy win. Ah, man.
We're,
Hey, yo, don't get comfortable up there. That's what I'm saying.
you guys coming up?
I won't
Go
get
check
too
it out.
comfortable, but I'll tell you one thing.
180 points this week, Team
Travis, even with a Justin Jefferson and Devin Achane injury,
Oh, yeah.
I think the team still got her done.
130 to 122. We moved to 5-1 and first in the league.
Wow.
Look at the score creeping behind you.
Let me take a look.
I think the nice thing about the team that's trailing right behind us is we got a head-to-head on them, too, so
Oh, you do. Yeah.
that's kind of nice.
League.
716th Attack Legion podcast. We're sorry we had to do it to you, but
Oh, boy. Dogged them, huh?
They're 4-2. We do have the head against them.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, they're coming up. You guys moved 2 spots.
that's right.
Hey,
I think the final score 180 to a little.
180 to 135.
Sorry about it. We had to do it too.
We play. Who do we play next week? We play Beefy Cards next week.
Ooh, how they been doing? I think they've been slipping.
They're actually projected to beat us 66 to 34. Only because
What kind of score is that?
yeah, we.
oh no,
are we
66.
gonna-
Oh, sorry, 66
get a-
win percentage.
are we
Oh,
gonna-
my bad.
I was like,
Like,
we're gonna get our ass whooped this week.
No, we're projected to lose 114 to 87. Only because Tony Pollard bye week, Adam Thielen, who's been a dog, bye week. So we got.
Yeah,
hey,
gotta
we
make
could put George Pickens back in. Replace.
No, off a bye.
We can put. Oh no, Achane's on IR. We might have to go. You think? Nope. Jahmyr Gibbs is.
No.
We got some decisions.
Gibbs might be playing.
Wait, is Gibbs,
Gibbs
on
might
the,
be
is
playing?
Gibbs on the bench?
He's on the bench because he was injured last week.
Put him in next week.
I had to
Yeah.
put Damian Harris last week because it was our only option.
You know why you want to put a guy like Jahmyr Gibbs in next week? Because I'm pretty sure David Montgomery's out for a couple
Yeah, he's
weeks.
gonna be
I
out
was
for
playing
a bit.
Baltimore. Let me just go switch our lineup
That's-
around
that's-
right now.
That's an easy decision. I
So
the Lions running
Jahmyr
back
Gibbs
core's pretty
over
banged
Tony
up.
Pollard just because Tony Pollard has a bye week, and Jacoby Myers is already starting. George Pickens over Adam Thielen. So our lineup's set next week. Now we're only losing 52% 48%.
Okay.
He's got no. How's Justin Fields doing?
He might not be playing either.
Oh, because that's his starting quarterback.
oh yeah.
Finger, right?
His backup's Deshaun Watson. So hopefully both of them are out.
Well, yeah.
They'd be fucked.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see how this goes.
His running back's Derrick Henry, but he's on a bye week.
He might be in a good spot. We'll see.
We'll see as the week goes on.
Yeah, man. That's. I mean, hey, we're starting to pick it up a little bit.
But hey, like I said,
This
don't get too comfortable.
don't get too comfortable.
We're not getting too comfortable.
You know what? You got to stay humble. We got to keep this momentum going. There was a great win last week. It was a great win the week before. It was a great win before the week before that one.
Yeah, we're in a 5-game win streak.
A great week before that. But I'll tell you what, man. We're just going to try to keep this going and keep rolling in this Emerge Fantasy Football League. But, Travis, last week, I believe you went 10-5. I went 11-4. I wish we did the stipulation last week because I finally beat you in a week. Which
Sucks
brings
to
you
suck.
56-26, and me 51-31. I'm still 5 games back. But, there was one thing last week that we We called him crazy. We laughed. We joked.
Right in his face.
Ben was over here overheating.
He was overheating. His jaw was almost on the ground. I backed up almost into the wall. Because a guy like Jack Riley picked the Browns over the 49ers, and I thought that was a stupid choice.
We all did.
I think everybody at the table thought it was a stupid choice. But a guy like him comes through. He gets the pick right. I can't even believe it. But that's why if you look at our guest record right now, you got a 10-5-1 record because I did give Jack a little tally of his own because he earned it. He earned it. The whole entire world was hating against Jack, man. He came out and did his thing.
There was one.
There was one 49ers fan that commented on our video and said that he was also kind of nervous about the game.
Was it on Instagram or TikTok?
TikTok?
No, it was on TikTok. He did say,
and I quote,
honestly, I do think the Niners lose in an upset if the Browns can stop the... Nope, that wasn't it. Next comment one. But we could say that too. The one guy said, honestly, I do think the Niners lose in an upset if the Browns can stop their run game. You could say they stopped it with CMC getting injured. You can say that. But the guy I'm referring to, his name is Hannah Ishak. I'm sorry if I butchered your last name. Shout out to him. He did say Kyle Shanahan is 1-9 against Jim Schwartz led defenses. I'm a diehard Niners fan, and this game worries me.
Trap game. That was a trap game.
That's a definition of a trap game. We had two of those this week.
You know, and I thought it was funny watching the end of that game, hearing about the end of the game, but watching the highlights. The 49ers could have gotten a couple more yards. They settled for that field goal. They could have gotten a little closer.
41?
Yeah, they could have gotten a little closer for him, and they decided
They put in their
to.
hands of their rookie kicker.
His whole family was there, bro.
Oh.
Whole family was there.
Man.
No.
Imagine what that was like, the meeting after that.
No.
They had the group picture before the game.
The dad was probably like, damn, my son sucks.
He's a solid kicker.
My son sucks.
Jeez. Not his whole family was there.
Hey, man. You got to get it done when the fam's there, man.
I'll say, though, so on Tank Talk, we had Cody Stutes. He covers the Houston Texans. He mentioned to us that, us as fans don't, we normally just look at the quarterback matchups and the team matchups. The one thing we tend to not look at, which is kind of funny he mentioned it this week because not even just this game. It happened in the Bills game and a few other games. We don't take into consideration the coordinator matchups and the coaching matchups, which is why when I've seen that stat with Kyle Shanahan and Jim Schwartz after, first thought of Cody Steele, I'm like, this motherfucker literally told us this week. So maybe from here on out, we got to start thinking about that.
I think
maybe that has to play an effect in our weekly pick.
I was just about to say maybe I'm gonna sit here and be like, damn, who's the offensive coordinator of the Jaguars and the Saints?
You gotta sit there and think for everything.
So now I'm gonna start going through on Safari looking it up, bro. That was an interesting game. I just can't believe he was right.
How can we tie both of them together? What's their history like?
Right. But I think it's a good time, man, to jump into our weekly pick'ems, man, and let's get her going.
Yeah, so it's not back on this one yet. We completely forgot it was off last week. Shout out to Merge, though. New equipment, though.
Hey, man.
Hey, shout out.
Hey, man. So.
Always
We're good, bro. We're good. Pick 'em week. Let's go. Game number 1, Thursday Night Football, Jaguars at Saints.
Picked the Saints last week, and they
didn't let you. They didn't help you out.
They let me down. Saints played the Texans.
And C.J. Stroud. I knew he was gonna get it done.
They let me down.
I'm a C.J. Stroud believer.
I thought that offense was gonna be too much for that defense. I thought Derek Carr was looking really nice in that gold and black.
We usually watch these Thursday night games together. I do like to go against you. It's like when we're watching it, I'm like, damn, I'm sitting there if I was to go against you when the other team
kind of like when the Packers played the Lions and I picked the Lions, he picked the Packers, which resulted in him eating suicide wings.
That was a stupid decision.
That was great because the first couple minutes of that game,
I was talking so much shit.
Yep, they're stopping the Lions offense. Jared Goff isn't doing shit. This Packers defense is good. And then
I
the
don't think-
Packers start throwing the ball
I don't
over.
I don't think the Saints will let you down 2 weeks in a row.
Oh, yeah, you going to pick the Jags? You going to want me to pick the Saints?
Yeah.
No, not happening.
Oh,
Are you
dude.
jagging off?
I'm jagging off here, man. I'm going the Jaguars here.
Not after the last couple of weeks the Jags have. ETN is finally forming himself. Coming off a 2-touchdown performance in a matter of minutes in that game last week. That offense is finally coming along. They're starting to help Trevor Lawrence out. All the receivers are, not just Calvin Ridley. Evan Ingram had a nasty snag. I don't know if you saw that on the sideline.
I did not.
They had a lot of them.
I only saw the Evan Ingram one.
They had a lot of big plays against the Colts this week.
I mean, hopefully
He
you're
would
saying
know.
hopefully you're saying all this and going Saints.
Yes, I'm talking the Saints up.
I need to
So
somehow start
much.
making this 5-game difference.
And then I'm going
man.
to Jags.
I need to get a little closer.
Are we
so-
worried about Trevor Lawrence's leg?
Oh yeah, I did hear about that. Who was their backup?
Short week.
Who's their backup, by the way?
You know what, buddy?
He's changed his pick.
Tank.
I'm still jagging off.
Tank, you got me, bro.
Got to split. Let's go.
We're going split. I'm gonna go Saints
I can't wait for this to be like another Thursday night.
because there's no stipulation, so I'm alright. I can be wrong. Falcons at Buccaneers. First game on the Sunday 1:00 slate. Little NFC South matchup. Are you bucking off?
Is that a new one?
That's a new one.
On the spot, bro.
Hey, I like that. I like
On the
that.
spot.
Are you,
have,
getting
you have
bucked,
good
are you getting bucked up?
Are you getting bucked up or are you falcon down? I don't know. Yeah.
All right, cut the wings on that one.
Come on, bro.
The Bucks.
All the dad jokes. All these dads are going to be enjoying today's episode.
Hey,
Right, they're loving it.
come one, come all.
Take all the dads on the podcast.
This is a tough game because this can go either or.
Give me the Buccaneers.
Why? So you can maybe persuade me in picking the Bucks.
Do I really need to explain myself? I feel like
The Falcons look pretty good.
the Falcons look pretty good, but the Buccaneers.
Drake London's finally
Okay.
getting himself.
I think. I don't think Baker Mayfield's playing bad down there for the Buccaneers, man.
He's not.
Desmond Ridder he scares me a little bit.
Oh, he's
His first 300-yard game, 3 picks, though.
He scares me a little bit, man.
that's not something I want to hear as a Desmond Ridder owner on fantasy.
Also, Buccaneers lost 20-6. Are they looking for a bounce back at home?
Bounce back. Falcons at the Bucks Stadium.
You tell me what you're thinking.
Who's the coordinators?
Search them up. Search them up. Search them up.
Damn, man. Damn.
Bucks offensive. I'm actually doing it.
He's doing
It might work. Dave Canals. He's actually their new coordinator, 2023.
Atlanta.
Atlanta Falcons offense.
Dave
Dave Ragone.
Dave Cal might have been the one that came from Seattle.
He was hired. Dave
could be wrong.
Ragone was hired in 2021. Finished third in NFL in rushing yards per game and 10th in third down conversion rate.
This is their first matchup this year, right?
Yeah. So it's looking like.
He's really digging for this one.
Oh, I am.
You better get this one right, man. I don't think we're
Bucks.
spend this much time on this game.
I'm sorry. It's a.
This is gonna be.
It's the battle. It's the battle of the Daves.
Okay.
Dave, and which one are you going?
Give me Dave Canals. Tampa Bay. Lock him in.
I like it.
Damn it! All that time to just have a non-split.
I had to look. I had to look in the offensive coordinator. Battle of the Daves. That might be a scary matchup. Battle of the Daves.
That should be the storyline.
Raiders at the Bears.
It's Raids.
You taking the Raids?
Take the Bears.
Oh no, yeah, from last week. Raids. Raids. at
Raids.
Bears.
So yeah.
Raids.
Justin. I asked earlier in the episode. Justin Fields update. What did he hurt?
His finger popped it back in place, bro.
He'll
It's not
play.
looking good. Oh, you think so?
Is it his throwing hand?
I don't have an answer for you. I'll be honest.
If it's his throwing hand, give me the Raiders.
That's not how this works.
If it's not his throwing hands, give me the Raiders.
God.
Oh, okay, all right, that's how it works. That is how it works. I thought he was gonna.
Give me the
Really?
Raiders. He's
Okay.
going Bears because that's how he said it's not how it works. He's going the Bears.
I'd had it. In the notes, Raiders.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say it's not how it works because you thought I was gonna go with the Bears with you. Just determining on what his throwing hand was.
Raids. Browns at Colts.
Minshew mania.
Please.
Tank, it's like one of the very few times last week that I predicted your guys' game wrong.
So you stay over there, and I'll go pick the Colts.
Really?
Ooh.
Yeah.
And hey, they're debuting the Indiana Knights uniforms.
Oh, I gotta watch that game just for those jerseys.
And I'm going Browns.
I can't blame you, bro. I really can't.
That Browns defense. The Browns defense is playing out of its mind.
Give me
right
the
now.
Colts.
Browns versus Colts, and
Colts are gonna shock the
So we got
world.
another split. I like it.
You stay over there.
Yeah, I tell you what, though, just some insight. They're not happy with that fucking loss. Shane Steichen ain't happy with himself. Garner ain't happy with himself.
Just change the pick now.
Nope.
40-10, Colts. No, I'm playing.
Wow.
That'd be awesome.
Another snooze.
That means we would be better than the Niners.
Yeah. Yeah. In theory,
When you
Okay.
connect the dots like that, that's what it means.
the
right?
math is mathin'.
Let's go.
Wow. Commanders at Giants. Oh my
What'd I
God.
pick?
Jeez
The
Louise.
week's Giants. Yeah. No, I'm gonna piggyback off what Tanks.
Wait, did I hear a rumor that Tyrod Taylor is remaining the starter?
I was gonna ask you, is he?
I didn't hear that rumor, so
I think
please
I heard-
inform me.
I think Tyrod Taylor might be. They might have made him the starting quarterback for the time being.
I'm not surprised.
Did you hear something about that, Tank? Did you hear that?
I didn't hear that, but I'm just me personally thinking
I think it's a smart
it wouldn't
decision.
be a bad idea. We'll see how that neck is going with Daniel Jones.
I'm gonna go Commanders.
I'm piggybacking off Tank, and I'm gonna say the Giants are pissed off about their loss, and they're gonna bounce back heavy.
See, I would say I would agree with that, but they got about 5 losses in that loss column, and I think if
Hey.
you think one of them is gonna wake them up,
Yeah, one of
what
them.
about the other 4? Add that 6th loss on the loss column. They're going 1-6. Commanders.
You notice how as of late, the past 2 weeks, he's been splitting on me just because there's no stipulation. You notice how that is?
Yeah, I did. I still start to pick that up.
I'm starting to pick up that trend.
What's your deal?
Bro, I mean,
What are you thinking over
What's
there?
your deal?
So
Why are you rooting against your buddy?
I'm not rooting against my buddy. I want to kick my buddy's ass, man. You got 5 games. I mean, I need to start cutting away, man. These weeks they're dwindling down as the weeks go by.
Shouldn't you be picking the same as him if he's up?
Dude, no, because what if he's wrong and I'm right?
Because we do the same thing on Tank Talk. Because Donnie's been dominating the spread picks or whatever, and we're just down bad. So, like, we even acknowledged it. And yesterday, we damn near split every game with Donnie. So we're kind of on the same boat here.
So the way I look at it right now is he's only got 5 games on me, right?
Yeah.
If I can just dwindle down slowly, get him on a couple games here and there,
Okay.
be all right.
See if
We'll
how the
figure it out.
strategy plays
That's good
out.
strategy.
So I mean, next week's about halfway through the season. Wow.
Can you
Next week's
believe
about halfway through the
You're gonna
season.
have to do your mid-season awards next week.
I like that. Yeah, we'll definitely have to draw something up. Yeah, no, but the Commanders. You really think the Giants are gonna wake up after that loss? Like what?
Yes,
That
think
offense couldn't even find the end zone. They couldn't sniff the end zone.
I think an offense consisted of a bunch of 3rd and 4th string wide receivers will get it done against the Commanders.
That Commanders defense is not bad. That brings the Lions at Ravens. That could be a decent matchup.
Sneaky good game.
It's my sneaky game of the week.
The Ravens are favored, by the way. Just a little insight there.
That's fine because I'm still going Lions. I'm still sipping on that Lions Kool-Aid.
Don't know how he's gonna do it.
Split again. Be my guess. That duo, Jameson Williams and Amon-Ra.
Give me the Lions.
Yeah, I knew you were good. I knew you weren't going to do it.
Well, I don't got
You're
the
too
balls.
scared.
I don't
You're too
got
scared.
the balls to do it that many
You
times.
won't pick the Ravens. You won't.
It's too late. It's
You won't
already
split
locked.
again.
It's locked in.
No,
It's
there's
locked in,
this
man.
thing called delete.
Get your finger out of here, bro. This is the one that we might split on. Bills at Patriots.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Malik
Come on.
Cunningham's going to go off against the Bills.
Let me
Yeah, show some respect to Malik Cunningham.
let me
I
talk.
respect that he plays wide receiver and quarterback.
Let me talk you into picking the Patriots.
Talk me into picking the Patriots. Mac Jones is not
They
playing.
got a solid defense.
Is Tom Brady
sometimes.
coming back?
Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski are coming back. Prime Bill Belichick, Tom
And
Brady.
Julian Edelman?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And Danny Amendola.
You almost have
and
to go
Chris
to the
Hogan.
Patriots. And that defense, like Ray Guy and Stephon Gilmore
Yeah.
and all them.
Prime Darrelle Revis coming back.
Rob Ninkovich.
Patrick Chung. You know,
You're talking me into it.
Vince Wilfork.
You're talking me into it if this was like 10 years ago.
Bills.
Bills by a billion, baby.
Wouldn't be the BillsAholic pod if we.
This is
totally
going to
against 'em.
be a bounce back game for Josh Allen. He'll throw over 300 yards this game.
He'll be AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Yeah.
That's it for the 1 p.m.
No
slate.
stressing.
Opening up the 4 o'clock slate, Cardinals at Seahawks. Give me the Seahawks.
This is a hard one. Is it still Josh Dobbs?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Josh Dobbs always, man.
We're starting to figure out who the Cardinals are. They
Pretend-
are who we thought they were.
Pretenders.
Let's go Seahawks. Lock it in.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you really thought we were going to split on that, Chris.
No, I didn't. I definitely didn't. Steelers at Rams.
This has potential to be a sneaky game, too.
I mean, the Steelers, like, week in and week out, they're either solid 1 week, trash the next week.
Coming off a bye.
Coming off the bye week.
What does Matt Canada have in store for this Rams defense? Or should we say Kenny Pickett?
By the way, there's a. I can't wait to get to the next game. There's something that I received a text from somebody.
A Chiefs fan? Chargers fan?
No, let's just finish this one up.
Is it Ben?
Steelers at Rams.
Nakuya.
I feel like any team that goes to play in that stadium, whether it's the Rams or the Chargers, the away team that always plays there, their fans show up so much better than the Rams or Chargers fans.
Yeah,
It is L.A.
Steelers fans flooded Vegas
This
when they were there.
this might be still a Steelers home game.
Yeah, I'm thinking Steelers.
I got Steelers.
I'm thinking Steelers. That offense for the Rams has been looking good with that duo.
So
But give me
Chargers
Steelers.
at Chiefs. This week, Ben texted me and he
What
said
Ben?
this is Benny Maz, the one that was on the podcast last week.
I kind of figured, yeah.
He says, "Give me the Chargers."
Why?
So, well, he didn't give me a why.
Because I
But
said so.
in Ben's defense, he didn't give me a why, but neither did Jack last week, did us? Because he said he just feels like
No rhyme or reason.
no rhyme or reason. Maybe Ben's saying no rhyme or reason. He says the
Who's their backup? Is
Chargers-
it Easton Stick? Is it because Easton Stick's playing?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Ben's my guy. I couldn't disagree anymore here. I think. I'm gonna go Chiefs.
Wait, you just said he's picked the Chargers.
Right. I'm picking the Chiefs. What are you confused about? He's picking the Chargers. I'm picking the Chiefs.
I thought you just said you couldn't disagree. Oh, wait, never mind. Sorry, my fault. My fault.
You're probably thinking about picking the Chargers.
I'm definitely thinking about picking the Chargers. It's tempting.
Come on.
Dude,
He says why? Period. I
Yeah.
just got a feeling.
Yeah.
The Chargers are due.
Ben, let's agree. Let's go Chargers.
Yo, Ben.
if you're not hot,
All
you're
right, man.
due.
Interdivision. Those Chargers aren't looking half bad. They're not looking bad at all.
Start kicking some field goals, bro.
Yeah.
Y'all see that Chargers fan in the crowd? You seen that floating around in the media today?
She was a Vikings fan not too long ago.
She's on the Pat McAfee show today.
She was on the Pat
I gotta go
McAfee
back
show.
and watch that.
What's going on with that? What's going
She
on with
says
that?
she's not a plant. She's been a Chargers fan her whole life.
And there's a. He says put it on the board, Travis. Put it on the
Put
board.
on the board.
Put it on the
Travis and
board.
Ben go Chargers.
See, I feel like it's not that exciting because
It's not here.
he's not lone wolfing it. You know what I mean?
This guy, man. First time he's done touched the board.
All right. Go Chargers. Bolt up.
I can't believe I'm the only one solo riding the Chiefs here, man. Tank, who do you got, man? Chiefs, Chargers.
So if we're picking straight up, I do really like the Chargers on the spread. It was 2.5, I believe, or 3, something like that. But outright, the Chiefs always find a way to beat them down the stretch. The Chargers always give them a good fight in Kansas City, but somehow, some way, they're going to charge her at
Changes
some
now.
point. So I like the Chiefs.
And
straight
this does bring us to our last Sunday 4:00 game before that's really big Sunday night football game.
We'll definitely be tuning in that together.
Packers at Browns. Ah, man.
Packers at Broncos, buddy.
Broncos.
Oh, that's what I meant. Yeah, Broncos.
Do I need to do a jack and change your handwriting?
It does look like it says Browns.
Let me
from back
change
there.
Where's the mark?
Jeez, this guy's getting.
Should I just go back to
Yeah.
kindergarten, bro?
Packers at
Broncos.
Let's ride.
Broncos country.
Packers at Bronx.
Packers at Broncos.
Packers at Bronx.
Broncos country.
Let's fly.
Let's
tank.
Let's tank.
Let's
Broncos
go
country, let's tank.
Let's go Packers.
Go Pack, go.
There you go.
Um,
Here we go.
This is a huge Sunday night game. Is this the biggest Sunday night game we've seen all season so far?
this is one of them.
Kelly Green uniforms too.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Ooh.
I'm gonna be honest with you. This is probably primed to be a better Sunday night football game than the one we just witnessed this past Sunday.
It's got to be. I want to see those Dolphins lose.
I don't know if you're going to.
We
I mean,
win.
you could just pick them for just to get it out in the universe.
We win. They lose. We regain first place. Everything's all good and healthy in the world.
There's a spite pick here.
Yeah.
You got You got Eagles.
Yeah.
I'm going Dolphins.
Couple games we'll be watching together that we'll be rooting against each other. That's kind of cool.
Well, I'm definitely not. I would rather be wrong on that game. Dolphins are just hot,
Better
man.
hope so.
That brings us to the last game of the week. 49ers at Vikings, and when they made this, when they set this schedule up, they were like, "Damn, this is gonna be a good week, man." We got.
They were cooking.
They were like, "Damn, that Sunday night football game is gonna be hot. That Monday night football game, that's gonna be hot." Thursday night, they were probably like, we have to put the Saints on prime time. We just have to.
They got a new quarterback. We got it.
But I gotta go 49ers.
I was just saying, we're taking this long.
Are you kidding me? No Jettas.
Off of that loss, bro.
Yeah, you got to lock in the Niners. I saw CMC is gonna play most likely. Don't know about Debo, and then Trent Williams. He came back in the game, so there's really no worries there. It's really all up against Debo.
That oblique is tough though.
What's that?
CMC's oblique. They were saying,
Yeah.
right?
Those are tough injuries.
Yeah, that's
Hey.
what I'm saying.
I just wanted to be known. We got 5 splits.
Oh, is
I
that a
did-
record?
I didn't plan this. There's a 5-game gap. If I could just manage to win all 5 of those games right there, next week we're talking about something special, man.
Yeah,
We're talking.
we'll
about
just be
a
talking about
comeback.
a tie.
I'm just trying to catch back up, dude.
Go you.
Hopefully this week there's another segment that I finally take the lead in.
Yeah, probably. I suck at this. I'm hanging on just by a thread.
So
We might have the clip for this.
part of the problem is, like, every time I pick a guy, I'm like, he might not get that. I gotta go something a little bit easier.
You gotta take the lead somehow. You gotta lay
I
the
should have went with my OG guy.
You gotta
that
lay it
Jack
down.
Gave me. I should have went with my OG guy.
for this week.
Yeah, but I didn't.
Just
go
tell
with
me.
him. I was gonna go with Don Beebe.
You know what's funny? I was looking at that list of Bills players to like pick and choose. Like, oh, he probably won't guess this one. I was like, maybe Don Beebe.
Let's see. So maybe this is gonna be a little harder this week if you were going to the 90s.
Yeah, I was. I'm just waiting for that 1 week for us to pick the same exact player. I know it's coming soon.
Is that this week?
It might be.
That'll be some shit. Hey, I mean, we could just jump right into it and figure it out, couldn't we? Who's the man? We do have it this week, man. Well, we had that last week too, didn't we?
You want to go first?
I'll go first.
I went first last week. And then
All right,
Ben
man.
picked in the first
I
sentence.
can't imagine you getting this off the first one.
I can't imagine me either.
Who's the man?
Tyrod Taylor. Oh, sorry.
Okay, played for the Bills for 4 seasons.
I can't get off that on the first rip.
I-
Zay Jones.
Nope.
I threw that out there just because it's your favorite player.
Went to USC.
USC Trojans.
You got it over there? You think? Okay.
4 years. Is this the same guess, or the same hint, or is it the same, or is it a different hint? Like, did you just go 1-2?
This is hint number
The
2.
hint
I
number 2?
always say how many years they play. I like to give you how many years, what college.
All right, 4 years, USC. No, I'm not getting it. When it comes to colleges like that,
He was a 2nd-round pick drafted by the Bills.
your year's not in that guess or in that hint.
I guess I could do it. 2012 draft.
2nd round pick, USC 2012. 2012 USC, 4 seasons. So he just played out his rookie contract and then signed somewhere else.
Yes, he did.
2012. USC 2012. No.
He has played for 4 teams in his NFL career. He's on his 4th squad right now.
Right now, still playing. Man, I'm overheating. Why do I wear hoodies in here?
I can't name those teams though.
No, because I'll probably get it. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's the fifth. That's the 5th guess.
Nope.
It's not.
Nope. The 5th guess should just about give it away.
4 seasons. 4 seasons with the Bills. 4th team. 2012 USC. Ronald Darby.
Not Ronald Darby.
So I'm guessing it's a cornerback based on your answer. You smiled a little bit.
I feel like I should have went with a better 5th one because this would give me an opportunity to actually win. Do you want to hear the 5th one?
Sure.
You should be walking away 4 for 4 here. His nickname is Bobby Trees.
Bobby
Trees.
Bobby McCain. Not Bobby Trees.
His nickname is Bobby Trees.
I'm drawing a blank. I've heard you say this before.
You are going to be mad, I think.
I think so. Bobby Trees. Bobby Trees. 4th team.
There should be a timer, right? Like, there should be, like...
There should be.
Like-
You want to add that next week?
Well, bro, I'm not going to lie. If you don't have this by 9:28...
What time is
Oh,
that?
it's 9:28.
Bobby
I'll give you... Yo, I'm not giving you till 9:30.
Robert Woods.
Dude, there should be a timer, bro. Robert Woods.
Bobby Trees. Yeah, you...
Bobby Trees.
I've heard that nickname before.
No way, dude. If I'd had a timer, I'm
We'll add that next week. Just to make things fair, because we'll have all night.
He was like, ding, ding, ding. He was thinking, bro.
Yeah, I was thinking.
Bobby Trees, man.
Robert Woods.
Robert Woods.
That was a good one. That made me think a
played
little bit.
He played for the Bills, Rams, Titans, and Texans.
Yep. When he
Hey,
said,
I was honest. Gilmore, he played what, his rookie contract? Did they pick up his 5th-year option? Maybe no.
no, he left. 3 Cowboys.
Nah, Colts. Yeah.
Oh, Colts too. That's right.
Wow, that could have worked potentially. Yeah.
Are you ready?
His nickname was not Bobby Trees.
Undrafted free agent out of Arkansas with the Bills in 2004.
Oh shit, dude.
I thought he was gonna get it right away. I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Come on, I thought I picked a decent one too. I thought he was gonna do one of those things like, "Oh, okay, yeah,
Undrafted out of Arkansas in 2004.
yep."
Is it Jason Peters?
Yeah.
I
I try to pick a good one every week.
Let's go, baby.
I'm terrible at guessing.
Let's
these.
go.
Made 2 Pro Bowls with the Bills, then left and made 7 more. Original position was a tight
Tight
end.
end.
You already guessed, buddy. You already guessed.
Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby.
Yeah. Nicknames were the bodyguard, the godfather, and the mythical creature. Do you know that?
No, but I hope Ben was watching, man. He'd be so fucking proud.
Super Bowl champion 2018.
Ben would be so proud right now, the fact that I got it.
I'm terrible at these guessing games.
You want to know, dude, I'm going to be honest with you. When you said undrafted, there was 2 players that came right straight to my mind. It was Fred Jackson and Jason Peters. And then when I heard the 2004, I was like, oh, that's too early for Freddie. I was like, Jason Peters, man. Ooh.
That's a good one. God damn it.
You weren't thinking Travis Keene?
I did go undrafted.
Travis should be 3 for 4. I should be 4 for 4.
He says this every week because he gets less guesses than I do. I'm sorry, I'm bad at guessing.
This is such a good segment, man.
Because he wins every time.
You guys got your both strengths. You both have your own strengths. That's good.
Yep. Hopefully I'm coming for the other one.
You gotta make him happy. Make him feel good. Sometimes.
All right, let's get into the important thing here, man. Bills Patriots. I just got one that I really want to talk about because I know it's going to be a perfect Instagram reel and it should do well. Could this potentially be Bill Belichick's last game as a head coach for the Patriots?
Could it?
Could it?
See, last podcast I was talking last season, but you're talking last game?
If I'm the Patriots, either you think, obviously Mac Jones is the problem, but is Bill Belichick also the problem? Now, here's the problem.
I think we kind of settled this when Tom Brady left, and they had
right.
that whole debate.
Right, here's the problem. Here's the problem with a guy like Bill Belichick, okay? He's not only just the head coach, but he's also, the acting general manager as well. So you fire him, now you're acting.
He's a defensive coordinator. He's the offensive coordinator. He's everything.
You're actively looking for I doubt it's an in-season fire, but I think a loss here probably solidifies.
That would shock the world.
I think it's it's coming, dude, because Robert Kraft has to be sick of losing football games.
You heard it here first on BillsAholic Chris Greiner at 9:32 says this will be Bill Belichick's last game.
I think it could be. I think it could really be his last game.
In Buffalo.
Well, in New England.
Oh, in New England. Sorry.
I think it is. I think if he doesn't get fired here, it at least solidifies him getting fired. Like I think.
Okay.
I think
That's a good. I like that. Who's the starting quarterback this week?
Mac Jones.
You think Mac Jones starts and then they insert
Somebody
Bailey
else
Zappi
finishes?
and
Yeah.
one of those things?
I
Mac
just
Jones is not
get
looking like
afraid, man, because the Bills cannot get off to another slow start. This is not a team that they can.
It's a common theme.
I'm more scared of the Giants just because I think, like I said last week, Tyrod Taylor just tends to do enough to keep a team in the game, but doesn't do enough to win the game. Where this week, I'm not really afraid of what quarterback plays. I don't think there's a quarterback that does enough to keep them in the game or win the game. But the Bills' offense can just not come out They cannot have 3 weeks in a row where they just come out and they just can't get it done. I want to see us spread the ball around a little bit more. But when I say that, I don't even mean that on Josh. I'm not saying this falls on Josh's shoulders as far as spreading the ball out. I mean, if you're Josh Allen and nobody's getting open, and the only guy that's consistently getting open is Stephon Diggs, get him the damn ball. Josh said it in his press conference after the game. Like, Stephon Diggs, 90% of the time is the first read in almost every play. Like, and how could you blame him if he gets open? I mean, so if he's open, he's got to get the ball. He tends to play well against the Patriots, and I have to believe that continues. Bill Belichick has not had an answer over the last couple of years since we've gotten Stephon Diggs, and the only game that Stephon Diggs really didn't do anything, the wind was blowing around and we couldn't throw the ball. So it doesn't really fall on him. But
shout out Damian Harris.
I will say that I just really truly believe that the Bills have to find a way to spread the ball around. And when I say that, I mean somebody on offense has to step up in that receiving core and that tight end core and take some pressure off Stephon Diggs' back, man. Stephon cannot do it all himself. He can. He clearly can. I'm not going to knock that. He seems to get it done week in and week out. Like I said, he's the most consistent Bill that suits up every single week. But somebody else on offense needs to step up this week. I'm not calling on Gabe, but
a little Trent Sherfield action.
I don't know. I think I think the Trent Sherfield signing and the Deontay Hardy signing, like,
Not looking good
I was
right
so
now.
excited about them, and like they both just don't seem to get open. And maybe it's not their fault. Maybe it's a scheme thing. Maybe it truly is a Ken Dorsey thing. There were some things last week where I kind of felt like Ken Dorsey might have gotten a little bit of hate. Like, for instance, a lot of the people around me were like, "Yo, why the hell do you?" And I kind of thought this too, but why the hell do you run a play action pass when you could just hand the ball off, waste that last time out, get a little bit closer potentially for Tyler Bass. Instead, you throw the ball, give essentially a free clock stop to the Giants, and then you miss the field goal and turn around and give the Giants the ball right at midfield. So there's some head scratching there, but at the same time, if Josh doesn't have an AC joint injury, he didn't really put enough mustard on that ball to get it
No, I
to
was going to
Dawson
say,
Knox.
you can't blame that on Dawson
I
Knox
was going to say, the whole
entirely.
entire time we were sitting there, and Ben was just kept – he said it. I think he said it in the truck about 40 times. If you're Dawson Knox, you got to catch that ball.
Well, then I
You
went
gotta catch that
home
ball.
and watched the –
It wasn't really his fault.
No, it wasn't. I went home and watched the replay or the recap of the game, the highlights, and Josh was under it. He was about 2 yards short. That's not
underthrew
Dawson
him.
Knox's
He
fault.
underthrew him. He definitely underthrew him, and I thought if had Dawson Knox catches that ball, the whole
That's
entire
the
stadium,
game sealed.
the whole entire stadium saying that was a phenomenal call by Dorsey. The game's over. We get in and out. Like, we get in and out. I mean, obviously
Just
we're all
fact, it was an
pointing
incomplete
outs,
pass.
yeah. So I don't know. I want to see a better game from him as well, though.
Notable injuries on the Patriots defense.
No Christian Gonzalez.
No Matt Judon.
No Matt Judon.
So that should help the Bills, Josh Allen, and their offense in
It
their
should.
favor.
It should. A guy like
'Cause-
Josh Allen's not afraid of Matt Judon.
No, and he is the heart and soul of that defense. So there's good news there.
Yeah, like I said, there's not really. I mean, Tank joked about it, like about talking about this game for a while. There really isn't too much to talk about. Other than the biggest thing is like the Patriots offense should not give this defense a hard time. This defense has managed to get by some decent teams this year as far as moving the ball. Like they're they'll be fine on defense. It's let's see something out of this offense and let's come out faster. That's it. That's all I got to say about this game this week.
Josh Allen over 300 yards. Book it.
Damn. I got nothing to say about that. I'm not doing that over under on
Okay.
that one. That's it, man.
Patriots
all it is.
over under on points. 20.
Under.
No, let's go a little bit harder. 16.
There you go. I was gonna say 20 is an easy one.
Over under 16. Give me under. Book it.
Wow. Okay, under. I'll take the under. I think I'll take the under. That's about all she wrote.
That's all
man.
she wrote.
That's about all she wrote. That's another successful episode of BillsAholic Pod, man.
Good time. Always good time.
Always a solid time. We got a lot of people that want to get up on here.
Who's up?
So Cliff wants to get on here. I think that'd be hilarious. Cliff wants on.
You'll love Cliff. He's a big goofball.
He is a goofball.
Well,
It'd
if your
be
name's
funny.
Cliff, you kind of gotta live up to it.
Right? He's
Real name Clifford.
funny, dude. He's funny.
You gotta live up to it. That's all I'm gonna say.
We got some people that want to get up on here. Jack has to make a return. Jack and Ben definitely have to make a return.
I'm shocked Jack didn't come this week.
So I tried getting him the whole entire time. He's like, Jack.
The lights got too bright, huh?
I was gonna say Jack. So the whole entire week. So just so you know, I wish I'd have shouted this out in the beginning. This past week has been phenomenal as far as traffic on our page. I mean, you look at the analytics. I mean, this week has been a hell of a week. I'm thankful for the people that watched. I mean, it's super badass to see that in that short span. When I uploaded those reels, it was super cool because at work, when I uploaded it, even Jack and Ben were both super interested in seeing what the analytics looked like. We just constantly were going back a couple hours, looking, like we'd wait, and we'd go back and look. It was just super cool, man.
It was that London one, right? That
London
you
one
posted
at first, but then I followed up with the barbell one, and Jack looked at me before I uploaded. He's like, "Damn, dude, I don't think that one's gonna do that."
Oh,
good."
2.9K people later.
Oh, and I promise
Those are
you,
the ones you think that aren't gonna do well. They tend to blow up.
and it did. So I'm super thankful about that. Hopefully we have a couple of good ones out of this week, and for maybe we have some new people coming in and watching. And I'm thankful for everything, man. It was a good week. It was a good week.
Much
I
appreciated.
I would say I wanted
Always
to
want to see the show go up.
absolutely. I wanted to shout out everybody for their watching it last week and watching the reels and stuff like that. So But yeah, like I said, another episode, another successful episode. Hopefully the Bills are coming out with another win. Hopefully I catch up on our weekly pick'ems. I'd like to start sneaking up on you. But as always, man, be sure to, like, comment, subscribe, share it around, man. There's Bills fans out here that would definitely want to probably sit and waste 2 hours of their night. Not waste. It's not a waste with a guy like me and Travis. But yeah,
You can fall asleep to our pod.
As always, go Bills.
Go Bills.